folks, I'm back again with the DJI Mini 2. Now after my last video, I come to realize that the new feature that came with the latest firmware update is a little bit more than I thought it was. It's kind of like a course lock feature built into the automated return to home feature. So this is very useful when you're trying to get those cinematic shots. So basically it allows you to orientate your aircraft in any direction that you want while manipulating the gimbal and not having to worry about the direction that you're flying. However, there are a few things that you need to take into consideration to prevent you from crashing your drone. So if you just hold tight, I'll fire up the drone and we'll get right into it. Alright guys, so the first thing you need to do is go into your menu, make sure you have your return home altitude set higher than any obstacle in the area. I've flown this area many a times and you've probably seen it in many of my videos. So I have it set to 328, and also in that 328 it's extra 30-40 feet because I'll show you why in a minute. Then you want to go into your advanced safety settings. Make sure your your signal loss, of course, is set to return to home. Those are important features that I always check every time I fly. Now you can also, do your other checks, check the batteries and all that stuff, but I've done that already before I started recording. So what I'm going to do is fly out to this golf course over here, to the middle of this golf course, and I'm just going to try to get like a little reveal, like a rotating reveal or something like that. I'm not sure what you call it, but you'll see it when I do it. And as long as what you're shooting is between you and the drone, this will work. So the golf course doesn't look like it's too busy, so I'm going to go ahead and fly this direction, and I'm probably going to stop right over here, maybe over the water, so I won't be interfering with anybody. So I'm going to stop right here, and I'm going to do return to home from here and see what kind of smooth shot I can get. Now this may take a little practice, a couple times to do, but I'm gonna see what I can do. So I'm gonna press record here, hold down return to home,
go home.
Now it's locking its course back home, raising to the return to home height, and then now I can start controlling the aircraft in any orientation I want. So what I'm going to do is pan down as we're going, coming around. Say if I had a subject I was tracking or something like that, pan down, rotate as I'm doing it, rotate around, and as I'm coming back, bring the gimbal up. Nice and slow. And there you go. Now I don't even have to worry about the course that I'm taking, the flight direction, because the return to home is taking care of that. So with that, you can see the advantages there is to have that feature when you're trying to shoot. A lot of times you're going to have to plan what you're going to shoot, and it may take a couple tries to get the shot right, but it's a lot easier than trying to do it manually and worry about the direction that you're flying. So what I'm going to try to get is the water tower here, and then I'm going to show you why it's good to give yourself a little buffer in altitude, because this does allow you to increase and decrease your altitude while in return to home. And if you're not careful, you can, if you're trying to switch directions and inadvertently pull down on the stick, you can lower your altitude without even knowing it. I'm going to do a return home from here.
Go home.
And I'm going to try to get the water tower. Now I'm try to set up on the water tower here. Now it's coming back. And I'm going to pull down on the stick as I'm doing it. See, this guy takes a little smoothness. See, this is going to take a couple tries. It's the first time I'm doing it, but look at my altitude. I'm coming down, coming down. I'm pointing directly in the sun. But I'm lowering my altitude as I'm coming back. But you got to watch out for that because that could, catch you off guard. All right, so you can definitely see the advantages of having a feature like that. It's very useful. I, for one, I'm not a person who uses return to home that often, but now with this feature, I may use it, from time to time just to capture some nice little shots. Also, you got to be very careful because you can adjust your altitude while using this feature. You can adjust it without, even knowing it. So it's very important that you know your surroundings, know the area that you're flying, and also set your return to home height accordingly. So with that said, if you like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. If you like this type of content, if you like cinematic videos, tips, tutorials, be sure to hit that subscribe button and that notification bell so you know the next time I post a video. But until then, you guys fly safe, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.